Do you love your dog? Of course you do. But did you know there are things you might be doing that your dog absolutely hates? You see, dogs have their own way of communicating, and sometimes what we think is showing love and affection can actually be stressful for them. Today, we're going to uncover the top 10 things that dogs hate, and how you can avoid them to keep your furry friend happy and healthy. We'll learn to look at the world through their eyes, understand their language, and build a stronger, more loving bond with our four-legged companions. So, get ready to become an expert in your dog's happiness. Let's dive in. You know that feeling when you've had a long day and just want a big hug? Well, your dog might not feel the same way. In fact, most dogs absolutely hate being hugged too tightly. Imagine someone coming up to you and wrapping their arms around you, squeezing tight and not letting go. You'd probably feel trapped and uncomfortable, right? That's exactly how your dog feels. Dogs are all about personal space and freedom of movement. Hugging them tightly restricts their ability to move away if they feel threatened, which can trigger anxiety and even lead to defensive behavior. Instead of a tight hug, try petting your dog gently on the chest, scratching behind their ears, or even just leaning against them. These subtle forms of affection communicate love and reassurance without making your dog feel trapped. Remember, every dog is different, and some dogs might tolerate hugs more than others. The key is to pay attention to your dog's body language and respect their boundaries. Have you ever cringed at a loud, unexpected noise? Imagine how much louder that sound is to your dog. Dogs have incredibly sensitive hearing. Fireworks, thunderstorms, or vacuums can be painful for them. It's like an air horn next to your ear. Loud noises cause fear and anxiety in dogs. They might tremble, pant, or hide. Create a safe haven for them. Use a quiet room, crate, or cozy spot. Make it soundproof with blankets or a white noise machine. Stay calm and reassuring during the event. Help your dog feel safe and secure. We humans might enjoy a spritz of perfume or the fresh scent of cleaning products, but to our canine companions, these strong smells can be overwhelming, even unbearable. Dogs experience the world through their noses. Their sense of smell is estimated to be 10,000 to 100,000 times more acute than ours. It's like having a superpowered nose that can detect even the faintest trace of odor. Now, imagine being bombarded by a wave of powerful scents every time you walk into a room. That's what it's like for a dog when they encounter strong perfumes, air fresheners, scented candles, or even certain cleaning products. These strong odors can irritate their sensitive noses, trigger headaches, and even make it difficult for them to breathe. So, how can you make your home a more olfactory-friendly environment for your furry friend? Start by switching to unscented or naturally scented cleaning products. Look for options that are specifically labeled as pet-friendly. Avoid using air fresheners or scented candles, especially around your dog. If you must wear perfume, do so sparingly, and avoid spraying it directly on your dog or their belongings. By being mindful of the scents you bring into your home, you can create a more comfortable and enjoyable environment for your dog's sensitive nose. We all know that dogs are social creatures. They crave companionship and thrive on interaction. Being left alone for long periods is one of the things dogs hate most. Imagine being left all by yourself, day in and day out. You'd probably start to feel lonely and anxious. That's how dogs with separation anxiety feel. They might bark, chew, or try to escape. These behaviors are a cry for help. How can you help your furry friend? Establish a predictable routine. Consistency helps reduce anxiety. Make departures and arrivals low-key. Avoid making a big fuss. Provide mental and physical stimulation. A tired dog is less anxious. Before you leave, take your dog for a walk, or give them a puzzle toy. In the human world, direct eye contact is often seen as a sign of confidence and respect. But in the canine world, it can be interpreted as a challenge, or even a threat. Imagine someone staring you down, their eyes locked on yours, unwavering and intense. You might feel uncomfortable, intimidated, or even a little threatened. Well, that's how dogs often feel when we stare at them directly, especially if it's prolonged or accompanied by other assertive body language. Dogs use eye contact as a way to communicate dominance and establish social hierarchy. When two dogs meet for the first time, they might engage in a staring contest as a way to size each other up and determine who's in charge. So when we stare at dogs directly, we might be inadvertently sending them the wrong message, Instead of staring directly into their eyes, try looking at them with your eyes slightly averted or squinted. This type of eye contact conveys friendliness and approachability. You can also try looking at them from the side, as this is less confrontational than direct eye contact. We've all seen those adorable photos of dogs dressed up in costumes or sporting the latest canine fashion trends. While some dogs might tolerate these sartorial experiments, many find them downright uncomfortable and even stressful. Imagine being forced to wear a scratchy sweater, a constricting hat, or a pair of ill-fitting shoes. You'd probably feel pretty uncomfortable, right? Well, that's exactly how many dogs feel when we dress them up in clothes. Dogs are not accustomed to wearing clothes, and their bodies are not designed for it. Clothing can restrict their movement, impair their ability to regulate body temperature, and even interfere with their senses. If you must dress your dog for practical reasons, such as warmth or protection from the elements, choose outfits that are comfortable, well-fitting, and made from breathable materials. Your dog will be much happier and more comfortable in their own fur coat. We've all been there, startled awake by a loud noise, a sudden movement, or someone shaking us violently. It's not a pleasant experience, is it? It leaves us feeling disoriented, groggy, and even a little cranky. Well, dogs are no different. Just like us, they need their beauty sleep, and being woken up abruptly can be just as jarring and unpleasant for them as it is for us. Dogs experience a similar sense of panic and disorientation when they're woken up suddenly, especially if they're in a deep sleep. They might react defensively, barking, growling, or even snapping. Instead of rushing up to your sleeping dog and startling them awake, try making some gentle noises first. Once you're sure they're aware of you, approach them slowly and calmly, speaking in a soothing voice. We humans are often quick to assume that everyone loves a good party, but the truth is, not everyone thrives in social situations. Some of us are natural extroverts, while others are more introverted and prefer smaller gatherings or even solitude. Well, the same is true for our canine companions. Just because they're pack animals by nature doesn't mean that all dogs are social butterflies who relish the chance to mingle with their own kind. Forcing a shy or anxious dog to interact with other dogs can be a recipe for disaster. It can lead to stress, fear, and even aggression. So, how can we respect our dogs' individual comfort levels and help them navigate the often complex world of canine social etiquette? The key is to observe their body language and let them set the pace. By respecting their boundaries, you can help your dog feel more comfortable and confident in social situations. We all know that consistency is key when it comes to achieving our goals, whether it's sticking to a workout routine, mastering a new skill, or building healthy habits. Well, the same principle applies to dog training. Dogs thrive on routine and predictability. They learn best when we're consistent with our commands, our rewards, and our overall approach to training. Inconsistent training can be incredibly confusing for dogs. Imagine trying to learn a new language, but your teacher keeps changing the rules of grammar and vocabulary. You'd probably get frustrated and give up, wouldn't you? Dogs experience a similar sense of confusion and frustration when we're inconsistent with our training. So, how can we establish consistency in our training and help our dogs learn and thrive? First and foremost, choose your commands carefully and stick to them. Consistency also extends to our rewards and corrections. Teasing. It's often dismissed as harmless fun, a way to elicit a laugh or lighten the mood. But what might seem like playful banter to us can be deeply hurtful and confusing to our canine companions. Dogs are incredibly attuned to our emotions and intentions. When we tease them, even if we don't mean any harm, we're sending mixed signals that can create anxiety, stress, and even erode the trust we've built with them. Imagine a friend or family member constantly making light of your insecurities, teasing you about your appearance, or dangling a treat just out of reach. You wouldn't find it very funny, would you? Dogs experience similar emotions when we tease them, even if they don't always express it in ways we understand. So, what constitutes teasing, and how can we ensure we're interacting with our dogs in a way that's respectful, kind, and fosters a strong, trusting bond? Congratulations! You've now unlocked the secrets to understanding and avoiding the things that dogs secretly hate. By being mindful of these common mistakes, you can ensure your dog feels safe, loved, and happy. Remember, dogs are incredible creatures who enrich our lives in countless ways. If you found this video helpful, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on keeping your furry friend happy. Remember, a happy dog means a happy home. And never stop learning, because the more we understand our canine companions, the stronger our bond will become.